Ashi Garami, super popular footlock position. A lot of people are pulling into it, right? So there's many different setups, but everybody here knows this position, right? I don't have to go over this anymore. Okay. One thing we've got to be sure of is he doesn't grab my other ankle and tip me over, right? So my posture is keeping this leg away, and I'd like to have my knee bent, causing pressure into him here, assuming that he's always going to try and tweak my knee out, right? That I have to know that I'm going to have an opponent that's trying to do that. What I want to do is grab the top of the toes here, okay, and the foot, and as far as I can to the toes here. I can't grab it usually because he's in some form of single legs, right? And I'm going to turn, okay? So I start pushing his legs away. I've got a couple different options I do with this leg. One, I can go forearm frame like this. You guys see that? I can forearm frame him like that. Not here, because he'll pull the arm out and different things like that, right? So I'm framed like this and I'm bent. You can even elevate this hip with your hand or with your knee reinforcing it, okay? You also have, when I first get to this position, right over here, right, to my body, so you need to stick it to me real hard, okay? So it's gonna be hard to just push it off. So what I like to do is really push it away. Watch this, I go over his foot and under right here. I really like this. You feel a little bit more tied up maybe, but Shaheen can't transition to X guard, right? Like if I'm here, transition that leg, so he'll start going underneath and messing with me in certain ways that way, right? So getting the Ashi and then having the forearm, you can't even pull your foot out, right? So he's kind of stuck like that. I actually like it more now that I've been doing this for a few years. I'll get their foot like that, right? So I have this position and this position as well, right? You can reinforce the hip if you want, or reinforce the hip with your knee if you want. All right, we got two different movements in which we're gonna make from here or here, all right? You can also just be on the foot. And I'm on the toes, I'm not here like this, I'm up here like that. Now, I gotta get my knee into side control or to take the back. Let's just go hands down, pushing his foot over that way. Number one, I can jump my knee in that same wedge spot, you see that? So my knee can come in there and I can get like a side control position. Or, right, or I'm in this position here, right? And that same knee spot is the same spot if I'm over here, right? So I can cut my knee in and go to side control, or I can cut my knee in and take the back. So this position right here is the same as this position right here, right? So I can take the back from up top, or I can jump into it, right? So I'm here like this. First one we'll do, whether you want to be like this, or you want to be like this, I'm going to push them over and drive my knee into side control. I can put this hand on the ground if I want. I'm going to drive my knee right here, comes in, down here like that. All right? If my opponent is doing a heel hook when I get to this point here, I don't even need to look at it. I can kick it right off, it comes to the same spot. I'll even hold on to his ankle for a second. Now I want to roll to the same position that you guys were just in. So I'm going to be shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. My knees are already squeezing. I'm not losing that hip placement with my kneecap. Like this. And I put my feet next to his head, stomping one side, taking the back. Right? Which is a little bit different than when we do the twister roll. If I'm in side control and I do the twist roll, left hook to left hook, left leg or left leg this way, right? And I'd be able to roll, and the twister's perpendicular, it's like a T, right? Compared to when I'm doing this here, I want to have my feet closer to Shaheen's head. When I'm perpendicular in the Pretzlebolo, it doesn't work out, and his kneecap goes up, and I start to screw up the position, okay? So, again, we're here. Don't get too worried about the heel hook yet. Just kind of lazily hold the position, let the person understand it, and then you can start adding heel hook in. First and foremost, the defensive posture. Start moving around. And I start facing backwards. I don't want to be like this, facing it, right? You know what I mean? So I'm here. Okay, whether I put my hand down like this, or I put his body and hand out like this, okay? Doesn't matter how I go that way. Ooh, If he's on the hook, cool. If he's not, I slide my leg in right there. Make sense, guys? Okay, so once we get that, then you'll have easy understanding of it, and I can just show you setups, okay? That one goes to side control, then goes back to the back. I'm gonna show you how to jump to it in a minute, skip side control, because it goes straight to the back. But this has got to be understood because it either goes this way or the back, and sometimes, depending on what he's doing, ends up being what you're doing. All right, let's try it out.